Hey poker friends, welcome back to another video. You can see we've updated a little bit of the screen, so now we can show you some of the goals I'm looking for. You know, as you can see, the welcome bonus, still trying to grind that out. Just trying to open up a few more tables as we keep playing, so it'll get busier as we keep playing. We're going to stick to the one screen since it kept the most action. I mean, unfortunately, playing just full tables regular just wasn't fast enough. It's going to call behind, but yeah, nice that we're getting some of the tables to open up now. But yeah, the welcome bonus for $75. We've currently got about 1150 grinded up so far with that. And we can check here. The board's paired up, which isn't great for us. But at the same time, we do have an up flush draw anyway. Not really sure what he's got here, but let's bet it and see. You know, he might fold Jack or a 5. No, he won't fold a Jack or a 5, but he'll fold out a ton of other stuff. All right, we'll call ace 10. Let's go back to that table. Oh, we got ace Jack. We'll play that one. Definitely going to open up small blinds. Just going to check behind ace 10. We didn't start off with the action. We didn't 3-bet pre, so we're not going to 3-bet there. We're just going to check on that board. Do have a fair bit coming our way, but we don't actually have a club, so I'm just gonna let it go. It's a small board, so we're gonna bet this one. It does hit his range a bit, so c-betting there could be a mistake, but I believe it might not be as well. Against his range, it's pretty wide at the moment, so we don't know where we sit, but against king highs and queen highs, we're definitely doing pretty well. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts. Maybe he just folds to that. But yeah, it's still a weird mix, this site, this CoinPoker. It's pretty good. There's plenty of gamblers on here, which makes sense knowing that. I'm just going to call behind here. It makes sense that it's a crypto site, so crypto is full of gamblers. Just going to call behind with ace queen. We don't need to bloat the pot out of position. Pocket sevens is definitely an open. Going to go to a check call scenario. What does this do? It protects our calling range. We do play against a lot of these players. I'm just going to call 7-5. Okay, raises. He's deep stacked, so we can definitely call this one. Alright, just gotta find it actually where it is. Could be careful not to open these wide spots. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna call. Not a great board for us, is it? We could still have him dominated. He could have Queen Jack, could have King Jack, King Queen. He's got King Jack absolutely destroying us now. An 8 comes out. Oh, he might have an 8 now. Depending on the sizing of the bet is where we call. We could still very well have the best hand here. Based on this call, I'm going to call and just, we could be very wrong here. All right, ace jack, perfect. People do play against checks really bad here. All right, so we've got an 8-6 here. Ooh, open ender. All right, we'll bet here, defend our hands. Don't know what happened to the pocket sevens hand. Unfortunately, sit out. I don't know why. Sometimes it does glitch, especially when we're opening up more tables. So that's a pain, but all right, we've hit. Okay, we need to make sure we shut down some of these tables because we're already at maximum, which is fine by us. Anymore, probably get a little bit messy. All right, 7-5, still got an open ender. Probably could fold as well. 7-5. We're going to bet this one. We do have a straight. You could have two pairs. All right, just trying to find out. Just trying to find out where this other one is. It doesn't matter anyway. We'll leave it. What it will do is not find us. So it'll be in the background on a table where we're just sitting there. That's fine. It's not important. I could open up 10s from under the gun. Yeah, I'm going to fold a7. Not a great hand. Not easy to make a straight. Plus, it's unsuited. Doesn't post well. Doesn't play well post flop. Try and steal from the big blind. Try and steal the big blind here. Alright, so we're going to bet with the 10s. Also on the pocket queens hand last video, we'll full ways pre-flop and we gemmed it all in. I was thinking about folding pre-flop. I was probably about 40% thinking of folding there. So the reason was, you know, you got to have a lot of aces and kings you're up against, ace and king you're up against. And then if an ace or a king doesn't come out the board, you've got to dodge the pocket pairs that are trying to chase straight sets. So it just makes it a ton more harder to stay in front by post flop as well. All right, some junk. Yeah, I'm not going to try and bluff that one. We do have a king, should be good there. Yeah, we just, with the flush already out there and the straights out there, we're just not going to be bluffing there a lot, especially when there's no, it's not really a scary river. Plus we're not really representing anything. We'll just call behind with 6s. We've got to try and set mine. 4-9's gone. This isn't bad because if someone's got a king and we hit a 6, we could probably go for stacks here. 6 is probably going to let go. We could raise there with 9s. I don't mind set mining there again with medium pocket pairs. Yeah, 6s make it to the river. Oh, we got counterfed with the kings and 8s. Yeah, easier fold. Even if we hit a set there, there is straights and possible flushes coming out. So we're not chasing a set there. Makes no sense. All right, we'll open up king, queen. Okay, good news, bad news is with the pocket 9s, we didn't hit our set, but we do have potential to make equity on the turn. It is a bit wide though. Probably can't check raise it. I think we do have the best hand, and if we do, we need to bet this now because a lot of people will be chasing gut shots, maybe possibly flush draws as well, and they could have weaker pocket pairs as well. They could also have a jack as well, so we could be behind, but that's fine. But we need to actually charge the people that are chasing. Don't let them get in front. Well, not for free anyway. So over time, hopefully you'll see our stacks getting bigger. So they will start at 100 big blinds. Hopefully we start seeing a bit more. Not going to 3-bet ace jack offsuit against under the gun, especially when you've got later positions behind us. We're going to raise against this, and yeah, he's a short stack as well. Queen 10 on a yeah, just queen 10 on a monotone board. We're probably just going to probably fold. Queens are going pretty well though. Against the limp, I'm going to raise by big blinds. Yeah, always going to get always going for stacks against the small stack there. We're going to call 1. I think it's a bit weak. If we don't, I did say I was going to fold, didn't I? If it goes check, check now, and you see a river on that hand, it means it's gone check, check. It'll be definitely interesting to see where they sit. All right, I'll call again. he could still be chasing. He could still have an ace of clubs. The problem now, I'm going to bluff this one. So he's either got a 9 or he's got nothing. I think he could still have better hands, but I think ace jack there is going to be all right. All right, do have a flush. If he jams, it's going to be a tight spot for us there. Yeah, okay, he's got a 9. All better. He's probably got overpairs all better. Like we're just trying to bluff there. Probably could have been a good spot just to fold. Just a pre-flop. No, actually on the flop, just check and don't c-bet. So c-betting there might have been bad. But the reason why we bet on the turn after we've made a decision on the flop is the 9 comes out, and if they're floating, then they're going to be folding a ton of deep state. They're going to be folding a ton on the turn. So hopefully that makes sense. But we're going to be wrong sometimes, and when we're right, they're going to be doing a ton of folding, and I think it's going to be profitable. Was multi-way though. All right, so we've got mid pair, got a call. Do have a backdoor flush. Didn't come out. All right, we'll bet this one. Remember, he 3-bet pre. This hit helps our board. Scary board for someone that's got aces and kings. Wow, overbets. I'm just going to fold 7s there. You just never know. It's a very high variance play to call there. We could be good, and obviously can be bad. They could also have absolutely just 2 random cards and going nuts. All right, queen 10 will defend. All right, we need to erase ace queen, and quite big. Queen 10, just gonna check. We do make a hand though. 9's gonna call, set mine. Definitely calling with queen, but we've got a bad kicker. 9's missed. Do have an open ender. Just gonna check there. We don't need to be blasting away. All right, so going for a king. Definitely calling. Do have an open ender. We've got queen with a terrible kicker, so don't want to be raised off our hand. Definitely calling. Need a king. It'll definitely make things easier. All right, got the straight. And we're going to bet. There is also the fact that there's the flush. All right, ace queen, depending, is he going to bet again? I'm not really sure. We're going to find out, and all right, let's let go. All right, we'll check. King jack's decent, but at the same time, we don't want to. He knows that we could have an ace or a king. We've got a bit of history. We don't want to get blown off a hand and build up the pot too much. Purely on the fact that we've got a mediocre hand here. I think king jack, I think we can call. He could do this with an ace though. All right, 10-8's going. Also, he could be trying to bluff us as well, because we showed nothing but weakness, and we know that people, especially aggressive regs, oh, gonna fold now. I think we had the best hand until the flush comes out. It wasn't 100% on the call though on the turn. Hold on, I'll get rid of this, trying to get rid of some of these tables. I think that's it. All right, let's get. I'm just getting back into some formality. All right, we'll call with Jack 10. jack. It's not great. Better than missing though. That pocket threes. All right, pocket threes will call. King nine's a fold. All right, so I've got a open ender, well, double gutter, and the problem is the flushes there as well. All right, we're gonna call though. We still got a 10. This is the board we should have bet there. We should have actually bet. But he does the betting for us. Would be interesting if we raise there though. I mean, we're trying to say that we've got an ace, or at least the nuttish hand of the spades. I'll raise threes. It's trying to get a 3. If we get a 3, we can definitely get some value from a queen. But as people are playing, it doesn't look like they got the queen. All right, I'm going to bet this one. We do have an 8 and we've got a flush draw. Now it goes all in. Just going to go all out. All right, so we do have, if an ace of hearts comes out, it's terrible. But if a 6 of hearts comes out, they could have the ace of hearts or the king of hearts. They could definitely have the value. Okay, it's a good sign. We got trips with the ace kicker. Let's check behind with jack 5. Oh, what a board. All right, ace 10. All right, we'll call with top pair. All right, gonna bet this one. Need to build the pot. Because there's an ace on the board as well now. Because there's an ace on the board before, we'll call one. Because there was an ace on the board when we hit the book on the flop with the 9s, we get some value if he's got an ace. Let's check behind. He hit the ace. Unfortunate, he did value bet the ace though. We weren't exactly drawing dead, but at the same time, could have just been bluffing with the ace. All right, so how many tables? 4, 8, 12. All right, so you can play 12 tables max, which is not too bad. I mean, it's too slow for doing video content if we're, otherwise. But yeah, 12 tables is pretty much pretty good. I think, 20 and 16 plus was terrible, but I think this is not, it's not a terrible speed. All right, just waiting for a hand now. Ooh, kings, here we go, gonna open up. We're gonna call, could definitely have ace king, ace queen. We're never totally gonna be dominant there. It's not like when you have queen jack. If you got queen jack, they could easily have ace jack, ace queen, and you're in terrible shape. Not terrible shape. But now we've got a board for us that's, got a gut shot. Raises us. Alright, we're gonna raise again. We got a full bet. Big jam, so I've got a call. Alright, so we've got a set and it's a dangerous board. So we're gonna bet this one. We can't afford to so either 7 mono board. 8-7's dead now. It's gonna call here. Hopefully the board pairs up. Do have a 7. I think another bet there. We're just gonna be out of the hand. I don't think. Alright, we're gonna check here. Actually, no. I think that'll be disaster. We need to definitely bet here and hopefully get the stacks in. He's definitely got overhand, whether or not he's got top set or he could even have a straight. We can't fold. King jack. All right, and the board didn't pair up. That's unfortunate. Pretty standard. We probably should have just shoved it in on the flop. I'm going to call with the queen suited hand because we do have a backdoor flush. Possible, do have a straight draw as well. Ace high, I don't think it's going to be great. Do beat bluffs though. A random bluff, that is. If he didn't bet the river, I think we're actually good there. Ace 10's going to fold. Definitely got a call. Alright, so we got top pair. And a backdoor flush just to go with it as well. Probably should tighten up from early positions. It's going to fold 3-betting. Fold to a 3-bet. If we had a king, we're happy, but other than that, we could probably find a fold. Wasn't a big bet. Top pair with Jack 9. Throwaway pot. Don't need to go for stacks here, so we go for the check. Queen 9's is folding. Like I said, it wasn't a big pot. Jack 9, we're just going to lead out. There is a flush draw out there as well. Jack 9 hand doesn't come out. It means everyone's folded. Yeah, see now, do we go for value? No, I don't think so. Actually, I think we can. Only for the fact that if he's got a ace jack, he pays us, and he thinks he's got 2 pair with top kicker, but he doesn't because we got the 9, and he's using the 2 6s. So he's got jacks and 9s with an ace. We got jacks, 9s, and an ace, but he's got jack 6 with an ace. So that's the reason why we value there. I think it's pretty strange. He's got to have some flushes there though. But I think a lot of times he'll have a stronger ace that we just counterfeit, or we got counterfeit. Just call behind. Top pair again. Best thing about checking with top pair sometimes is just stops people from bluffing you too much because they know that you're going to be calling. The 8's not great for the queen jack hand. Wow, okay, and I'm going to call because I've got a flush draw and I've already got a pair. Do have a huge chunk of equity. It is a gambling hand. If they go all in, I'll probably have to call. I just don't want to see a dominated flush draw. Dominated flush draw. Unfortunate, we didn't really hit. In hindsight, I probably should have just shoved. Probably should have just shoved the flop, knowing that we just got a huge chunk of equity. I think with his aces, he might just have aces and kings there. So I think he was never folding though. So because he was never folding, I think shoving there is not great. I think if you get fold equity, then it makes a big difference. So that's when you've got to learn when to shove and when not to. I think shoving there is terrible if they're never folding. But if you get folds there and you haven't hit, you definitely make up for the fact that when you don't hit your hands, they fold, and then obviously it'll be crushed sometimes. Deeper stacked is dead money. Get a call only because the fact there's dead money. We've hit a set with 3s. 5-7's going, but it's a small bet. I'm going to raise it and see what happens. Going to raise with 3s. Small bet again. And we're going to raise with king, queen. Yeah. All right, queen's got a bet from the button against the small blind. He could easily have aces. He might have ace king. Might be, yeah, okay, cool. Ace on the river. I'm not going to call. Definitely going to bet this one. We can't afford another club. Another club comes out. A small club beats us, which is just going to be tears. So we need to end the hand immediately. Different story if we do have that same suit. Yeah, it still had that one big hand that we lost, which isn't great. Main goal is to really just get that welcome bonus at this moment. We can play those tables once we clear out the welcome bonus, but you don't want to have a welcome bonus and not grab it. All right, pocket queens. Here we go. All right, so we got top pair. We got backdoor flush. We'll call flush draw. Just gonna check. We're still out of position. If we bet that and get raised on, we're gonna be in a tough spot. So I'd rather check call. Keep the pot relatively low. We'll defend with ace 9. Yeah, we can handle 6. Hopefully the next guy doesn't raise on us. Still got top. We got 2 pairs. Some people might be actually chasing the flush. 9-8. We're actually going to be got a backdoor flush. A lot of good turn cards coming our way. That is actually one. It doesn't look like it, but now we do have a gut shot. Rather have been a 10 of clubs. Get a combo draw. Combo draws are a little bit better. 6-2 suited. Okay, so he didn't bet anything. I'm just going to go for the bluff. We do have position here. He could be betting his whole range here. He's just range betting. If he checks to us, we're going to be bluffing his turn. I don't care about my hands. It could be bad. Unfortunately, we didn't hit another heart. So we're not playing back. And he didn't check. All right, 3s are gone. All right, we'll hit again. We'll go far away again. Because I think our jacks are in bad shape. He could also have a flush. King's there as well. Yeah, it's not like we didn't scream strength. Yeah, his hands like 10s and 9s should slow down now. So we don't want to see that hand again. I think that'll be the worst. 9s are chasing, 9s are set mining. 10s will open up to have hit a queen. All right, 9s with the 2 10s means we could be up against it. We could be up against and what we could be in front of overcards. Okay, ace jack hands. All right, we'll bet. There's flush draws out there now. Checking behind. We do have a lot of good turn cards coming. This is the case. This is the hand I was talking about. Just gonna call 1. I'm gonna raise with 10s. And we're definitely raising the kings. All right, so we've hit a pair. We're gonna target this one. There is flush draws, straight draws out there. I'd like to see a fold here. We do have position, so that makes it a ton more easier. So if he checks here, we can just check behind. If he bets here, he's probably got a jack. All right, 6s, goes all in. I'm just going to fold. He's just going to have an overpair or a 10. Don't think people will be doing that with pocket 2s. All right, so we've got a straight flush draw. We need to raise this up as... Hopefully they raise and we shove and they've got ace of diamonds because we got a straight flush. Straight flush beats the nut flush. The nut flush is usually the ace of diamonds. But yeah, straight flush is when you got a straight and it's a flush. Pocket 5s, not a great board. No one... What the... Alright, we'll close some of those tables down. Yeah, it doesn't seem to happen. It doesn't seem to like too many tables, I guess. Alright, we'll expand again. But it's important that we do play these tables to try and grind out as much as we can. It seemed like the straight flush hand got folded to, unfortunately. But you need to bet there. He's going to fold out a ton, but the time he does have an ace of diamonds or a king of diamonds, we're going to get paid. We want to go for stacks. We don't want a small pot. So yeah, definitely important. Definitely folding 8-2. 8, yeah, definitely folding that. We'll defend king 3. Why not? Do have a gut shot. We close the action down. Good news, bad news. In between the jack and the queen and the 10, so the jack is actually a power card, but at the same time, if we do have a gut shot, that's why it's a power card. You have so many outs, but unfortunately, it's just not helping. We're gonna lead out there with 7. Yeah, because there's a flush already out there, we're not gonna be chasing a gut shot. 6-5 is gonna defend. 3 raises here. It's gonna fold. Could actually ask yourself to shove. But at the end of the day, we just got a 7 and a bad kicker. Yeah, 6-5 is an easy fold. So 4, 8. Okay, we got 10. Sight seems to like 10. So we're currently sitting at probably about 46, 47. Not including the rake back that we accounted for, which is probably sitting at about 12 or 13 now. Gonna raise up against the one big blind. They could be playing quite fishy. We're playing a little bit loose with the connectors though, with the gappers. But if they're not raising pre-flop enough with their 4-betting, we can definitely exploit them that way. It's a scary card. I'm going to continue betting here. Scary card. I'm going to bet. We've got a 6. He's bet that he called our bet. It's unfortunate. 9-8. We charged him for his open ender at least. You can't make up that stuff. You can't make up that stuff. Alright, 7-5. Gonna fold, even though 3-betting there could be fun. It's definitely fun, but if you get 4-betted on, which we probably won't as much as you think. Usually if you're 4-bets and if you 3-bet there, everyone calls. And it's like 4 or 5 ways. It's like the casino, and if that's the case, if everyone's calling you pre-flop, you got to raise your raise your single bets bigger. So that's how you adjust. All right, King 9 in the cutoff. We're going to open it up. We'll call with ace 8. Not a great hand. We didn't 3-bet pre, so we're not going to, yeah, shouldn't have opened up with that king offsuit hand. Get 3-betted on, we're just going to have to fold out so much. Because you're going to be dominated there a lot against the big blinds, or even the small blind, big blind. And if the button wants to be a dick, he can definitely 3-bet us there and put us in a world of hurt. Alright, king 5 suited. Alright, we got aces. The benefits of being a little bit wider than normal. Hopefully your aces and kings get paid off better. We can do with a double up now. Don't want someone calling there. Don't want to be out of position with aces in a single raise pot. Alright, so we've got bottom pair. We're going to bet it. Make a play. Hopefully hit a 5 on the turn. Sure, it's not ace 5, but still should be alright. Let's check. Sevens need to defend. We're going to win the... We're going to try and win on the flop, or we're going to try on... Yeah, just fold out on the turn. Do I have a flush draw? I'll raise aces. Yeah, okay. Jack 7. Do I have a gut shot? Backdoor flush. Let's take a stab. We'll call king 10 suited. Alright, I'm gonna bet against a short stacker. It's a scary board. Not really sure what he's got though. We could probably go for a bet and bluff, but I don't think he's folding. Alright, king 10 is gonna fold. Although folding there is pretty weak, isn't it? Because if you're doing it with any two, he could still be beating us with ace highs. So maybe if he's just throwing a c-bet there like he does all the time and he hasn't hit as well, meaning that if we call, he might actually think about giving up. So if he goes check check on the turn, then we could slap the river. Single raised. I'm going to bet this one. He didn't 3-bet, so he's going to have a capped range, which means he might just have a pocket pair trying to beat us here. So we can bet this one. He could have 7s, 8s, and 9s that he's folding. He's probably not folding hands that are tied down to having it, straight there. Alright, now he 3-bets. We're going to call. 9's not going to be good enough there, I don't think, but you never know. Alright, we'll call 1. He's range betting. Alright, we're calling. He knows that we're a player. And we get counterfeit. Don't call. Alright, I need to raise. How you folded? Yeah, he folded, so he knows that, yeah, we threw the bluff in. We're not going to tell him what we had. But yeah, we bluffed him. That was a nice hand. Needed to double up. Well, we didn't quite double up. We'll defend, but it's not great. Could be range betting there. Do I have a gut shot now? Hopefully he just checks here. Nice. And we'll throw a bluff because he checked the turn, which means he wasn't defending. So we did pick that up pretty quickly, which is good. Ace 4, we're just going to fold there. We could be drawing to a flush, but at the same time, yeah, he could be already having the boat. Fives, just trying to hit a set. Just trying to fix those tables up at the same time. We've only got 9 tables now. Defend. We'll defend. Got top pair. We'll bet this one. There is flush draws and straights coming through. We'll 3-bet ace king. Yeah, I got a feeling that guy's gonna be lying awake at night thinking, what did he have? It's gonna fold. Can call with ace king, but they are still gonna have, as much as you think they always gonna always have aces there, they're not going to on this side. So we could be up against queens or jacks there. I'll defend. King 2 suited. Raises us. I'm just going to fold out. Yes, it seems crazy, but at the same time, easy for him to have a set. Huge chunk of equity. King 2, bad kicker. Second pair, bad kicker. We've got bet again against a short stack. I'd be surprised to see a shove. What's the plan if he shoves? Probably fold. Fold that one. Get a call behind. Don't want to raise the ace suited hand and get him off his junk suited hand. So we want to trap him. I'll trap any player that's in the hand. Alright, so I got ace high, but the 2 is the kicker. It's not great. That's big. It looks like he wants to wants to fold. It's gonna fold suited. We missed. Yes, we called the ace. We did check on the 8 on the ace as well. But he'll be value betting us. I'll call with the 4s. Open up jack 9. All right. Hopefully. Oh, now we've got a set and it's against our mate that we bluffed against. Good timing, actually, because now he wants to call us. We've got a boat now. Of course, we're shoving all in on him. Told you. And that'll. What does that do? It also means that. Oh, we got Jack 9. We got a straight. Alright, we'll call. Can't raise because there is a flush out there and the board's paired up. Straight. But yeah, I knew he'd call because he wants to know what we've got. I also thought he had aces, kings, and queens, and jacks, and all that stuff. Also, a bit of frustration to see where we're at. I don't know why that table removed us. That's what happens, though. It's a bit. Some of these tables are a bit buggy. And just jam. We'll raise ace king. We need to say we're ready on that one. And ready on that one. So we got 3, 6. We got 8 tables going. Definitely got to raise this one. And he's a short stack as well. We'll play for stacks. We're never folding here. Yes, he's got a set. He's not always going to have a set there. Yes, it's short stack. 4, 5. Gonna bet this one. Do have a straight flush draw. We can get a bet here. Got a bet on the larger side with the ace king. Yes, we've missed, but they're gonna miss a lot of times as well. We do have positions, so we can slow down if they check to us. Gonna open this one up. King suited hand. We opened up just then. Yeah, he's letting us know, and we're just getting out of there faster than anything. Just making sure we got. Oh, he's waiting for the big blinds on that table. That's why it hasn't come up. Definitely falling Jack 3. Jack 5 is gone. Maybe there's a hotkey as well. We'll look at just checking to see if there's any more tables to play. Alright, defending. Sevens we've got coming. What a mess. We need that fold. At least they're coming in one by one now. King's not going to play. We will open up Queen Jack suited. Oh, for goodness sakes. Queen nine's gone. Alright, we've opened up a couple more. We'll leave it at that. Think it's cleaned up now. Although 10 tables was pretty good, isn't it? 4, 8, I'm going to go about 10 now. Yeah, 10 tables should be fine. What we need. We'll call behind Queen Jack. Hit the Queen. Just going to check here. Raise kings for sure from the small blind. Yeah, hit a king. It's fair enough. Pretty wild, 7-3 suited. Got a gut shot, the flushes there, so we'll fold. I'm going to bet this one. Chances are he's going to fold out a ton here. Also, we can still build the pot up in case we make the flush. Bet's big. We're actually deep. I'm going to call. Yes, it's expensive, but when we're that deep, bluffing. Expecting he's got ace king. Could easily have top pair though. Yeah, there you go. Don't recommend that line. Probably shouldn't have bet there on the... We did take a stab, which means that if we do hit hard and we take a stab, they're not going to believe. But yeah, it's going to cost us a lot of money there if we're wrong. Alright, let's call with jacks. Not a great board for us. Okay, now we've got a gut shot and a flush draw. Let's raise it up. Go for stacks if we have to. Yeah. Don't like folding there, but I should have just jammed. He's going to have a queen though. We do still have a ton of equity. If he's got aces and kings, he's folding though. We'll call ace 5. 7-3's gone. And 7's a little bit loose, isn't it? Not a great board for ace 5. Yeah, we'll fold out king 5 suited. They could argue to call. Yeah, Ilias definitely wanted to see our hand. That was like ages ago now. I'm gonna call tens. I know. Oh, he's shut a stack. No point. Just gonna fold. There is no point calling there, chasing a set when he's only got a little bit behind. Absolutely no point at all. And so we played a little bit reckless for a little time there. Could say it was a little bit of distraction while setting up the tables, but it feels like now that things have gone back to normal. When I say things are back to normal, the internet's gone down again. We're having huge issues with the internet at the moment, which is not great for our sanity. All right, so I got two pair, the ace 10. Got a fold for the ace 10, which is great. Need to make sure we don't have any great hands here that we're giving up on. All right, let's expand. Get these hands tables bigger again. We're going to bet this one. Overcards are going to find it hard to call. Ton of fold equity. Do have a straight draw and backdoor. So if a 5 comes out, we're doing pretty good. Question is, yeah, I decided not to bet there on the king. 5-10's folding. Blake, stop downloading. You say that even if you were. Oh, man. All right, so this is frustrating. Anyway, we'll end up the session here. I'll play a bit after. Overall, wasn't a bad session. So I think we've still got 10 tables behind us anyway, so 48 plus whatever else. All right, looks like we're back. At least it didn't turn out to be small screens again. All right, that's a pain in the butt, wasn't it? At the moment, the internet's been very up and down. It's all the construction work happening at the moment. All right, internet's back to normal. It's all part of the fun. I'll raise it to 15 because there's already 2 people in the hand. All 3 actually, so I've got to raise it larger. Goes all in. He did limp call. I had a call. Perfect. All right, lucky there was no spade. We'll take that. Whew. We call because he limped after. Some people will throw a trap in though. Some people will just call behind with their aces and be disguised. But in doing so, it's probably the worst play. All right, 4-5 offsuits going in the trash. S quest seems pretty interesting. Yeah, S quest is also a regular. All right, top pair, good kicker. The fun begins again. Probably thinks we maybe have a straight there. I guess he'd probably have like ace jack, ace 10. A hand that's sort of like an ace high hand that missed. He probably just thought we were trying to get some misvalue, which technically we were. He wasn't wrong. Queen 6 is in the mark. We'll call with ace 5. Not a hard hand to play. Hit a 5, backdoor flush. Somewhere cool with the king 5 suited. We want the ace of diamonds. I'm going to call 1, only because we've got the 5. 4-5 again. Definitely throwing that in the muck. Yeah, king 5's gone. If we had a diamond, if there was a diamond on the board, we could definitely call there. Don't think our 5s could be strong enough, but you never know, they could be chasing a bit. Ace 5's folding. The reason why it was beautiful before when we had that board and we shoved all in when he could have easily had overpairs and he folded because it was a 2-paired board. It means that when we're shoving, we've got bluffs in our range as well, which means it's going to be a lot harder. So which means when we do jam in like we did with that set of 4s, they're going to be paying us off. Like he did with his ace 10 top pair. Got a feeling he's going to 3-bet against us in the small blind when we're playing in the button. Reason is we are pretty wide in the late positions. Ooh, Simpson's back. Didn't get a really good read from last time we played him. But oh yeah, okay, we'll fold this one. Oh, we'll raise ace queen. We don't want to get full betted on though. Tens will call behind the set mine. He's gonna be, if he's got ace king, he'd probably fold this one. We're in front of ace jack, ace 10. If he's got pocket pairs like jacks and 10s, we could be in trouble. 10's just gonna fold here. Continue the bluff. We do have an open ender and top pair. Kid ace queen, ace king. It's actually a little bit unlucky. Yeah. Pretty unlucky. And the worst part about that is our bluff actually gets shown. We'll know his name from next time. Chomp. Had to remember some. I remember skulls as well. Ooh, eights. Oh, I'll call 7-9. Ooh, raise with the eights. Okay, got two pair, but it's not top two. Very vulnerable. Straight draws are out. We really want a 7 on the river. No club. Raises us, will be in a bit of a bind. It's chomp as well. He's seen us bluff before. He would call with ace jack, king queen, and king jack. If he jams us, that's going to be hurtful. Ooh, he calls. Nice. We've got a call here, got a gut shot and a flush draw. So a combo draw. Probably the easiest way to say that. We've got position ace-8. Not a great board. Hopefully checks here. No, pot size, we get out of there. Unfortunate all over it, but yeah. Missed. The only times you do go for the jam on the turn there with the big draw is, do you think they're going to be folding a ton? Alright, twos. He's going to be doing that with everything. Yeah, king. Flush draw. Oh. Alright, yet again. It's hard for him to bluff this, I guess. Bluff. We'll see a fold. Yes, he folded. I was thinking about bluffing there with the ace high. He could be bluffing us there. It could also be a chop. Alright, ace king to drop because if he's got a 10 already, we're in terrible shape. It's three-way, so more likely someone's hit a 10. Yeah, I think we dodged the bullet by not bluffing in that on that table. It was good to see the other bluff worked with our queen 7. We're all over that. Scary board, but at the same time, scary board for him too, especially he's got overpairs. Flush got there, straights, everything. And we're all over it. We had the flush draw, but the other flush come out. So we were lying, but at the same time, it was a half truth. Ooh, would have been a nice board for king queen. We're not c-betting on that board. It's a three-way pot and smashes their range, which means, you know, we could be still behind against their ace highs, but they're going to have a lot of hands where they're connected on this board, and yeah, we save money on the flop by not c-betting. Definitely something I've improved on. Okay, get a raise against the short stack. That was against a short stack, so that table will come up soon, whether or not they've got a call. If they shove, we're definitely calling with ace king suited against a short stack. Ooh, pocket queens. Seems like they folded that hand maybe. We haven't seen it yet. This was the short stack, was it? No, it wasn't. Alright, so we've got trips, top set, rainbow, monotone board. Need the board to pair up to be happy here. It's gonna have a ton of equity here. And even if we're behind, it's a matter of disgusting. We bet here and look the other way. If he calls, snap calls, we've probably lost. If he raises, we're probably folding. But against set of jacks, set of fours, we do win and they're going to call off. If he shoves here, it's going to be terrible. Terrible news for us. It's not a great... Betting here doesn't feel great for us as well. But I still think other sets are there. It's a good sign that he didn't instantly call or shove. Folded eventually. Just trying to hot show face, I guess. That's the hard thing about playing against me sometimes, I guess. We're going to have those mediocre, stronger hands that we do put pressure on their marginal hands. Where they think, oh, maybe we are bluffing, and they're going to question whether or not they should call with their ace jack there. Their second paired hands. Although on this side, I haven't been bluffing nearly as much. We're up against Simper. And if couple of rigs are paying attention. We haven't been betting with top pair, so. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Not Queen 8 friendly. Easy fold. Ooh. We'll open up ace queen. Ace 8's folding. It's in the small blind. Yeah, bad position again. Just offsuit. Don't call offsuited junk. Alright, we'll call behind. We'll limp call with an ace suited. Hopefully keep their junky heart hands in, you know. Jack two of hearts, those type of hands. We'll call one, it's small. If another heart comes out, good. Doing a lot of calling at the moment. So our hands need a lot of help. Like this one's pretty good. Gonna bet this one. It's gonna get a ton of folds. Did not get the hand that we wanted. Yeah, so I'm expecting him to have a ton of jacks here. And we just missed our flush, unfortunately. In a sense, maybe we should have just checked behind. Because then that way we do get, you know, essentially we're just value betting ourselves when we bet there on the turn, which is not great. And the reason why you have position is so you can get those free cards. But if you had the jack, I'll build the pot up so then we can typically go all in on the river. Third pair was good there. Let's raise it up. Kings. Cody kicker, another reg. Regs everywhere. So 3,100. It was 3,300 before the players. 3,300. Which usually I've never seen it really go from 23 to 2,500. Don't want to call, but I'm calling. What a flop. It's over bet. Let's play shenanigans. Go for a flush draw. I'll take a 2. I think we've got a straight draw as well. Even if everyone folds, it's still a win with a junky hand. Alright, all in. We're calling. It's not great, but we're calling. Fuck, 6-3. Oh man, what the hell was that? 6-3. We did have the flush draw though. Alright, Queen 9 folding. Yeah, flush got there. Alright, it's got 2 pair. Hidden 8. Seven. We do have a gut shot. He calls, so go to bed again. Nine's going to complete. Open ender. Alright, we'll bet again. Still at 2 pair. Could easily do this with other hands like an ace king, ace queen. We just don't want to see him have other 2 pairs. Oh, I'd go stronger like ace jack. That'd be terrible. Alright, nines are gone. One more. Yeah, nines are in trouble there. Hopefully he was just chasing, but obviously he's going to have a jack there. But when he doesn't have a jack, if he didn't hit with a jack or a 4 on the turn, he's going to be doing a ton of folding. You'd think of 4 minimum calls there, which means under bluff. It's probably an under bluff spot, so we bet there, and they're going to do it over folding. They'll overfold. Three-way. Three-way, I get a call. It's not a great hand, but we do have position. Alright, just gotta be careful at table. I feel like they're bloodthirsty animals. So got top pair, good kicker. Top 2, we'll bet into it. Checking, laying down the trap. Do have trips, so it's better. Good to get one there. Yeah, we lost a little bit because of that. A stupid hand before. The 4-2, where we were chasing the flush, and they had the miracle 6-3 hand. We'll fold the 8. Gut shot. We hit it. Good news, bad news, the flush is there. Need to bet again. Could have been chasing with the ace of hearts. Oh, he folded anyway. Oh, also some of those tables shut before because the playing pool is slowed down a little bit since we played. Not by much though. Yeah, you'll find that we're down a couple buy-ins, but at the same time, we have grinded a few dollars, I think, this session. It should be good. I'll update, keep you guys posted for the next video and tell you where we're at. Let's get a raise, but I thought maybe not. We'll bet this one, King 9. do have a heart coming out, which would be good. And also it can represent an ace, which they can fold. Okay, so we've hit a pair. We're heads up. Pair is like massive in heads up. Scare card, let's throw it in. If you squint at our king, it turns into an ace. Not really though, but hopefully they see that. Not our eyes squinting. 7-5. Ah. Didn't see what happened there. Oh, we had the best hand. There you go. We had them dominated. Pretty scary board, wasn't it? Amazing they called with the ace. On like we bet the ace. All right, flush draws. We've got a straight. Three-way. Let's call one. If we hit a two, we're getting a massive. Oh, he's gonna call a ton of eights here. All right, folding. Unfortunately, get the two. If we've got the two, it was an early Christmas. Let's raise it. Open ender against our friend. Well, he's not our friend. He wants it back. So we had an open ender with the eights. So we made a straight. He could have king queen. We could have called, but it's not great. Let's just check there and see if our top pair hits. Pretty interesting. So we get that guy that he's trying to throw in bluffs as well. We've hit a 5. Gut shot. It's cool. Oh, this board is so weird that it's not too bad for us. Yeah, we collected. I actually told you that. It wasn't actually that bad. Because the board paired up. Very strange. Five twos junk. Get that out. Just needed that 8, but we didn't get it. Didn't need it. All these guys trying to bluff us. Just trying to make sure we keep up to date on these tables. I will check that one. I've got a bad taste in my mouth against that last guy. Hisoka, yeah. We'll bet. We don't always bet there, but we'll bet this time. We do have our bottom card. Sometimes you jack 3 suited. Sometimes the 3 can get connected to straights. So you're playing a flush and you're playing a straight and top pair as well. Eight three, get a fold. We'll call. He's raising, but I really wanted to see a club. Bets again. I think we're just gonna fold this one and just do it. We need to bet here. Interesting, because now we need to make sure that set. We're just gonna bet into theme, mix it up. I think he folded the set of 4s. We'll call. Got position. Why not? We're calling. Is deep enough to call. 10s are calling. We'll call. Got position. Got the kings, queens, and jacks. Oh, terrible. It's better. So the reason why we totally bluffed that suited connected hand, he did not show strength at all. He slowed down. He could easily have ace, queen, ace, jack. We're putting pressure on a lot of his other hands. We're actually value betting as well. He could also be, we could be charging him for straights, draws, and flush draws as well. Sometimes he's going to be in front, obviously, but just makes sense betting there. Now if he gets there. 9s. So we did put pressure on. We did put pressure on. It wasn't out of trying, not trying. We could have probably 4-betted. That was probably the only difference that we could have done. And really shut down his 9s that way. Some players, I don't know, I feel like sometimes these guys would even call that down. Raise ace king. 10-9's gone. Ooh, aces. Some easy folds there. All right, we'll range bet this one because we do have a gut shot as well. Yeah, all over it and just nothing. The table hasn't been great. It's the same table that's giving us a headache. Taking a stab with the 6-6 board. Just checking behind with the ace. He's going to call with a lot of draws. When he's missed, he's just going to check, and then thing is, if we're already beat and we bet, he's just going to put us in a world of hurt. He's going to have us beat here too. We took a chance betting there with the 6-6-4, but big mistake. Had my time again, I wouldn't have done that in play. Should be almost up to the $15 release. Raise ace king. A2's gone. Definitely opening up ace3. Question is, do we jam there? We decide not to. All right, so got a gut shot and a backdoor flush. That 8-7 suited hand. We didn't bet, so it should still come up. Yeah. All right, so a scary card. We're just gonna check here. Don't want to get blown off our hands. We'll flat ace check. We could probably fold there as well. Gonna raise it up with fours. Not the hand that we did want. Alright, let's just get in there. We'll lead with top two. If you've got ace king, he might re-raise. Simp is next to us as well, so it might be targeting us. Seven nine's gone, didn't get any extra help. We did raise pre-flop, so we're going to represent that, but queen 10 is going to call 3. Bet's big here. Got third pair here, it's not great. Ace 9 suited. We'll chase one. It's a small bet, so why not? Got a set, we need to bet it. What's 2 big blinds between poker friends? Alright, gonna fold the 3s there. Has he got jack 9? Got a call. Could argue to raise there. He's got ace queen. Probably should have raised. Definitely missed the raise. I don't know. No, raising up big because the queen's in the small blind. Got a gut shot with trashy hand. Hit the straight, but we do have a flush draw. This is easy all in. SPR is low. No heart, unfortunately. Just jamming. If he's got it, he's got it. If he doesn't, we should be all right. Sometimes he's going to... yeah, we hit one. That was a chop. Sorry, I didn't say that real quick, but yeah, we hit our flush once and we missed the flush and he already had a flush, so it was a chop. It's very quick, I had to see it. So interesting here, you might think we've got a king. But we don't, unfortunately. Your weird spot to jam. It looks like our bluff got through with the other hand. Ace 2 might not have the best hand, but it's still got that gut shot. But yeah, now that the board's tripled up, it's very hard. He's going to have a lot of full houses. So that's why we just give up. Our draw is, we're pretty much drawing dead. Although if we hit the ace, maybe not. Feels like it's been a while since we've had a decent hand. Alright, top set. Need the board to pair up. That's what we do need. Perfect. Trapped our guy. He's been messing around with us for a while. It was good to get that. Banana seems to be... If we think he's the player he is, we should have caught with ace king. Do up an 8. Do a backdoor. Jack 2, really? Got a straight. Mind you, he had the better hand. I think we had the 8, he had the 9. But we had a backdoor. And he got runner straight, which is pretty sick. But at least we folded. All right, let's call it that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next video. Also, I'll update the for next video as well, some of the stats. Just keep you guys more informed because I realized that there wasn't much showing. Anyway, thank you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.